Since the Hydras are now way faster, I think rushing them is the only reasonable thing to do. Hydras might actually be too strong. Those words have not come out of my mouth in years. Remember when the unit did like 11% more damage per second and when it had like all of the upgrades combined? I didn't even utter those words back then. That's like 6 years ago. Yeah, they lost 10% attack speed at some point. And they also had both of the upgrades. So grooved spines and muscular augments, they had them merged. So it was one upgrade. It was actually pretty nuts. I'm pretty excited for this patch, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I'm especially excited for the fact that I might be able to kill Skytle's units now. I've been playing a lot of Hydras, but I've also been losing a lot of games. I feel like there's a correlation there. But maybe I've just been, you know, accidentally preparing for the patch. Okay, I'm gonna do a triple hatch start. I'm gonna do 3 hatcheries, as per usual. Not exactly sure what kind of opener I should go for. I'm hoping I don't need to rush out Baneling speed. No, I'm gonna go double upgrades, I think. I'm gonna go double Hydra upgrades. That's what we're doing. I'm gonna go Roaches. Yeah, that's what we're doing. I was thinking Ling Bane into Hydra, but I think we're gonna go Roaches because it allows me to go into Hydras a little bit quicker. This guy is, by the way, pretty good if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, it's Jesu. Is he from the viewer tournament? Is that where I'm recognizing his nickname?
We require more minerals.
I think so. So this is the PTR. Not exactly sure how many people play here, but I have found games pretty quickly today.
We must place that on creep.
Okay. I've already put the roaches, or sorry, the drones back into the gas. I kind of like the idea of steering some power away though from Roach Ravager. Not because it's overpowered or anything, but it's kind of, you know, we've seen Roach Ravager a lot. It's gonna be fun to experiment with some other stuff. Okay. Gonna go ahead and take a lair over here. You can actually stick around. We're gonna go for a Roach Warren. And I think I'm gonna go double gas as well because I'm feeling greedy. Okay. Oh, there's a Raven. My man is rushing out a Raven. I actually always liked Raven openers in ZVT. This would actually not be a bad idea at all. Auto turrets are 75 energy now, but you start with more energy, so you could still drop one of those. Hydra den. Should probably be spending my first 100 gas on roach speed, but...
We require more Vespine gas. We require more minerals. Not enough energy. We require more minerals. We require more minerals.
I'm not really noticing a difference on the creep spread. So creep is nerfed, but I only just now remembered. But maybe that's because I've always been unoptimized with my creep spread, that it's only really gonna affect high level play. Gonna go speed obviously first. On the Hydras, that is. Because Hydras become zoomies. Okay, here's the Hydras. Good old conventional Hydra. For those of you that haven't seen the speed of the new Hydra yet, be prepared, because they become ridiculously fast. Like, actually to the point where I'm wondering if it's a bit too much. Okay, Hydra upgrade is done. Look at them. You ready? Look how quick they are. They're so fast. The point change also. You do get used to them pretty quick though. I feel like going back to the old ones right now would be tricky. He's been denying my creep really nicely on this section of the map, though. Middle is not looking as nice for him, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and take this base over here, and we're gonna get the armor upgrade going. Hydras definitely get the zoomies, though. Oh god. I don't think mass Hydra is going to be a great strat, but... Oh, really? He was thinking about sieging up, but I think he was a little indecisive there. Okay, well now suddenly we can start getting pretty aggressive. Oh my god, I can split. We can micro Hydras. That's sick. You can punish now, guys, with Hydras. That's pretty wild. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna back off. Mostly because I also want to try out the Ultras here. I think Ultras would actually not be a terrible choice. So I don't know what kind of upgrade pattern you want to go for. Because normally when you go Hydras, you're obviously upgrading Carapace, and maybe you don't even really need the attack upgrade for Ultras. But it feels a bit weird to go Hydras into Ultralisks. Oh, he's got this base taken. I could have probably gone for the win there just now, but... Well, we'll have to do a little bit more damage, I think, though. Hydras really are quick. So they have 4.2 movement speed, which is as fast as slow Zerglings, essentially. Which are still pretty damn quick. Do you think I can just wander over here, snipe the planetary? They're so quick. See you later. See you later. Nope, I'm out. I'm out. He didn't have a sensor tower on that side, though, so that shouldn't have happened. Sensor tower radius is not quite as big. Circle still looks pretty damn huge on the minimap to me, but... I just don't know how Mass Hydra is going to do, guys. Because I'm now at the point where I'm essentially maxed out on just purely Hydralisks. And I've got a feeling that if he maxes out, I am super dead. Oh, I thought I got to cancel. I already sent Hydras to my main and everything too, ready to intercept the drop that was going to go down there. Okay. I want to stop remaxing right now on Hydras, mostly because I want to see Ultras. I do need to start trading out some of my supply, but... Okay. Going both upgrades for the Ultras. That's not worth. Oh, he's sniping. Oh, did you see that? The snipe got cancelled. Because we walked out of range. Okay, this is bad for me, though. I'm going to wiggle my little Hydras away. Okay, we're going for a ton of Ultras. For those of you that haven't seen Ultras yet, they're pretty damn cute. Normally, Ultras would get stuck behind Hydralisks for sure, but... Okay, well, you know what? This might actually be a little bit dangerous right now. Because I currently don't have my Ultras out yet, and they still take forever to produce. Yeah. Gonna head on over in this direction. We'll take the base over there. Okay, going mass ultra. There they are! Look how tiny they are! So normally Ultras would 100% get stuck behind Hydras. Because they just always get stuck. They get stuck behind everything. Right now they actually got to the front. What is the speed of an Ultra? 413. So Hydra is literally faster than Ultras. With 4.2. Now, I don't think this is going to be a viable unit composition, but it's not as bad as it once was, that's for sure. Could transition towards Brute Lords now, guys. That'd be the real play. Hydra chasing down a dropship. I love it. This feels so fucking good, guys. Like this, I don't know. These units, you don't normally make them in these numbers. And I don't think you really want to be making them in these numbers anyways. But it feels good that it's actually not a bad option. I mean, it's a pretty bad option, but it's not as awful as it was. You get what I'm trying to say. Now, obviously, this is my first game. So, you know, I can't really tell exactly. Well, I made Ultras in Zerg versus Zerg too, so maybe not the first game, but not exactly sure how it will work out. Oh. So, he's got a bunch of ghosts. Ultra's not going complete derp. Pretty sick stuff. Love to see that. Okay, we're backing off. I'll go for Spire too, just to get to Brute Lords here eventually, if the game lasts that long. He's taking the base over there on the left side of the map. I'll send a couple of my units towards the right. A couple towards the left as well, because he'll probably do some more drops. Okay. Yeah, you actually have to be careful. Hydras are so quick now that they actually get in front of everything else. Okay, GG, GG, GG. Okay, got a Greater Spire coming up here momentarily. I don't know exactly what the Ultralisk attack radius is like right now. I'm not sure exactly how that lines up. You'd imagine with a smaller unit model, it would also deal less splash damage.
Mineral field depleted.
Normally, right, when you're... Yeah, exactly. Like, normally when you're going up against ghosts, Ultras will get stuck on something. So, the main thing right now is that Ultras don't get stuck on everything. Like, you see how they're actually kind of going around the pillar here without derping too much? I mean, they're still derping a little bit. It seems like sending in the Ultras works surprisingly well. Anyways, I'm gonna make a round of Brute Lords as well. Just to see what those would feel like. So normally with Brute Lords, you kind of keep them in the center of the map. Because if you move them on the bottom right-hand corner and you need them in the top left, they're gonna get there after the fight. So usually you kind of center them on the map a little bit, or at least, you know, you try to be clever with where you have them located. I think one of the nice things about the speed improvement is if you're not literally the best guy in the world, it's going to be slightly more forgiving if you do misposition your Ultra, or not your, well, your Ultras too, but the Brute Lords in particular. Those Ultras did really well, right? Yeah, those Ultras, but the Hydras too. The Hydras did really well. I wonder if Hydras should... Like, they have 4.2. Ultras have 4. Oh, they have 4.96. Right, wait, what did I have? Off creep? Maybe I didn't finish up my upgrade yet. Oh, I must not have finished my upgrade yet. Okay. So, obviously, they have that movement speed upgrade in the Ultralisk Cavern. So, this is a very attack-movie army, though. So, Brute Lords, look at them. Noticeably quicker. Noticeably faster. Yeah, actually significant. I've got a feeling with these changes, you don't necessarily have to play that, like, Spellcaster late-game army that Zergs usually go for. At the very least, you're not as dependent on Vipers, since Vipers obviously got nerfed. Since their abduction is now on a 1 second delay, like when they use abduction, they have to wait for a full second. The Brutelings die incredibly quick, though. So someone brought up at the beginning of today's stream that all of this feels like StarCraft 1. Like, the Brute Lords kind of behave a little bit more like Guardians, at least with their speed. The Ultras, they look a lot more similar to StarCraft 1 Ultras. The Hydras, obviously, a lot quicker too. It's not a direct one-on-one comparison, but there's definitely a little bit of truth in it. Yeah, you see the Ultra there, derping out? Not as bad, though, as it would have. So, as far as the Zerg changes go, if I pull up the list real quick. So the Creep Tumor nerf, I will be honest with you that I did not notice. So this will obviously affect high-level gameplay. But most people on the ladder will not be optimizing their creep threat anyways. So I don't think you'll really notice this when you're playing a game, unless you're one of the very best players on the planet. This is kind of interesting. So if you... How do I show that? I think I'm gonna have to like make a new base. But sometimes in Zerg versus Zerg, yeah, you can kind of see it over here. Imagine this is like the starting main for a Zerg versus Zerg. Sometimes in ZVZ, you could hide a spine crawler on the edge of your opponent's creep and they wouldn't see. The hatchery right now has enough vision range to actually see a little bit around the hatchery itself. Which, like, a little bit further, that is. So you don't actually have to guess anymore. So that's kind of nice. So the abduction nerf, pretty significant. Okay, let's see. Okay, so it is on idle for a little bit. So basically, it's on idle for the entire cast duration. That seems natural. I feel like a lot of these changes are pretty noob-friendly, though. And with noob, I mean people in Grandmaster League up to, like, rank 50. AKA including myself. I feel like a lot of these changes are going to benefit people that, you know, have less than 500 actions per minute. It's going to affect players above that negatively, I think. Especially with these changes. But below that action per minute count, you'll probably feel more comfortable. And that's not a bad thing. No, that is 100% not a bad thing. I actually really like it. Brute Lords really do feel noticeably quicker. Yeah, so you can no longer really do that trick, right? That we've seen Zerg players do over the last couple of months where they like throw Brutelings on... Yeah, it doesn't work anymore. They just time out too fast. I mean, maybe if you have really large numbers of Brute Lords, you could try that out, but... They feel a lot more kiteable as well. I am a little bit concerned, though, for Terran late game. Because even though my opponent in this game had a ton of ghosts, my Ultras were like, lol, ghosts. They just ran at them. Not exactly sure what the late game Terran army is going to be like. A lot of Terrans in the current meta like to sit back and turtle. Liberators, I guess, but... Yeah. Normally, Liberators are dealt with by going, you know, Vipers and abducting them. Or just mixing in Corruptors and stuff. But mixing in Corruptors alone is already quite of an investment. So we'll have to see how it settles. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Liberators would make a comeback. Let's see how long it takes for these. So they're going from 8 seconds to 12 seconds on the Ravager Morphing. Bro, that takes for fucking ever. Holy crap. Whoa! That seems so slow, man. I never expected 4 seconds would make such a difference. That's what she said. No, but seriously, like, okay, that was actually big. It's not what she said.